Hey, howdy folks. How's everyone doing today on this brisk Sunday? Oh, grab a seat here. I hope everyone's doing good. Everyone can see me all right. Got a new room set up to broadcast through. So, yeah, a little different. Oh, we had 3 people, now we're down to 1 person. What's up with that, eh? Oh well. And we're back to 2. Anyway, oh, Richie's not here. I don't want to watch. Hey, we got our 2R3 locking nut in the house. There we go. I'm just bringing up the live stream myself on the laptop over here. That way in case, because as you guys know, I don't know if you guys know, mobile Facebook, we get the messages pop up briefly, but they don't stay. So, and rather than you guys seeing my hand in this all the time, it's just easier to have the chat open over here. Yeah, we got Absolute Mayhem in the house, say Wayne, and we got Simon Williams from Bristol, UK. And before Dry Heat 480's in the house. Now, question for Simon Williams, being that you're in the UK. Hey, Tanaka's in the house. Simon, I've seen some photos of you. You're of an approximate age. Are you familiar with the band, Thunder? I want to say 4 or 5 piece out of the UK. I'm totally hooked on their song Shakedown. Love it. If you guys haven't checked it out, the band Thunder and the song is Shakedown. Great song, great song. So, what do we got going on today? Well, today, I was thinking about renaming this. Yes, a sort of Zeppelin clone. Yeah, and the guy's got kind of a John Fogerty voice, I thought. At least on that track. So, yeah. So what do we got going on? I was thinking about, what do I call this? The Schecter setup plus live Q&A. Yeah, like usually I call these a Sunday chat where we just kind of hang out and talk and stuff. But then I've started doing some repairs. And that brings us to this. Put on the bench here. This is our first viewer-submitted guitar for a setup from Absolute Mayhem in the chat there. Mr. Wayne, I dropped it off at the shop today, and so brought it home. We're going to set it up live on the air. Hey, Mr. BHB. That's got to be Bruce. It's got to be Bruce. Got to be Bruce. And Ty says, you guys hear the band Greta Van Fleet? Yeah. So I was thinking, you guys let me know. Yeah, so this angle, you're going to see me kind of cut off, but let's be honest, you're looking more at the guitar anyways. From late 80s, a bit after my time. So, yeah, I was thinking about, and you guys can kind of vote on this, I was thinking when I do a repair, I was going to call it What's Coming Across Ben's Bench, or Ben's Bench, or something, I don't know, something like that, you know, repair bench with my name. So let's take a look at what we have, because I'm not going to wait until we have a whole bunch of people watching, because a lot of people watch this after the fact. And if you have a question for me during the repair, we got Mr. Bruce in the chat there, so in case I miss the question, he will repeat it, or actually he'll probably just tag your name along with mine over, so I can see it on the laptop. Canucks with tools. So yeah, anyone else I miss? I don't know, dude. So let's take a look at this thing. Oh yeah, Simon said he tagged me in a message on the way while I was driving home. La, da, da. I don't know about this little hangy deal there, Wayne. I don't know about this little deal. What I'll do is I'm going to take that off and put it in the pocket so we don't lose it. But it'll make my life a lot easier if it's not on there. Oh, look at this, he keeps a cloth in there. Yeah, my woman's on her way home from grocery shopping, and when she gets here I will have to go for a bit. Yeah, help bring groceries. Hanging things off, Wayne. Alright, so just while I get set up, we'll just stick that in the old rack. Oh yes, and R2, R3 wanted a tour of the new facility, so I haven't plugged in my phone yet. Well, thanks for the thumbs ups, guys. I appreciate it. So, let's see here. If I do this right, hopefully, yeah, there's my yard. Yeah, I'm a redneck. I got lots of cars in the yard. So there's the computer with you fine folks. So I was sitting, that chair was just turned when I was on Johnny Beans the other night. So I got a nice little, my guitar rack here. No guitars in it at the moment, really. Just because the background, there's the B52 amp I just picked up off Richie. That's my 80s Marshall head, which we'll get into a little bit later. Oh, a vintage. Hey, Steve Anderson's in the house. How was your gig last night, buddy? That is a 1977-78 PV Classic, which is later known as the Classic 50. More or less their take on a Fender Twin. Bunch of guitars, one of my mixers, a couple more heads, a few effects, boxes mostly. And then up top, because I know some of you guys are pedal heads here, let me come around. Hey, JJ's House of Jams. It's my old Zoom unit I was playing on a few Sunday chats before. Oh, tape down the volume knob. Yeah, you kept knocking it down as you're playing. That crayon needs to get back on my pedal board. Shouldn't actually be there. And there's a 70s Memphis flanger. Those things are amazing. Dime bag. Distortion. Right around to my Crybaby. And a late 60s Fuzz Face knockoff. So there we are, gang. Oh yeah, and yeah, we'll just do it this way. My workbench in front of the window. So, oops, let's get my hand out of the shot here. All right, I'm gonna plug this in because who knows with repairs how long they take. So I'll adjust a bit as we go to make sure the guitar's in the shot. 5th thumbs up from you, eh, Steve? Awesome. Well, guess what? 6 thumbs ups for me. I'm cheating. Yeah, just gonna scroll back up. So awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So let's get down to business. Step 1, and Steve, fellow Canuck, check out what I got today at the local beer store. That's right, buddy. Labatt's in stubby bottles. Oh, you got the 6, JJ? So step 1. 1 stubby beer. Yeah, Steve, a buddy of mine posted on Instagram yesterday that he was drinking stubbies, and I was like, where? Wait, what? Oh, they are still, oh wait, pry off. Oh, you guys this. Very small writing, it actually says, oh yeah, it's not really coming through. So it's not even a twist top, like they went full retro. So we have the Canadian bottle opener. And there we go. Cheers. R2 says he'll take one. And yes, it does taste better in a stubby bottle. Man, I can't believe they did retro caps and everything. That's awesome. All right, so let's get out our handy dandy neck support. One Schecter Diamond Series, which, looking at the scarf joint in the back, we know it's an overseas build. It says Craft Series 1840, Valpreda Street, Burbank, California. Oh, look at that. We got 8 people watching and 8 thumbs says there. You know, this says 9 over here and 8 watching. Whatever. All right. Let's see how this works here. Constantly moving beverages out of the way. All right, let's see if we can just angle that down a bit more. Yeah, that's a little better. Hey, Jim Guidry's in the house. I need a string one. So I Tuesday. I want to say Tuesday. He'll know better than me because he was there. Well, what day did I go live, right? Because if you guys remember, I did, or saw it, I did a lunchtime live this week at the very end. Absolute Mayhem makes a cameo appearance. JJ will remember that. Because I was debating whether or not to keep going till I got a customer, and you guys were like, keep going! And then sure enough, open up the front door, and there's the man himself, just standing there waiting to get in. Didn't even come in to get any vape stuff, he just wanted to say hey and show me this. I got a big cardboard box here. So this is more or less a storage room that I still have a bunch of room in, so let's there's a Dave from Dave's World of Fun Stuff. Let's get it in the movie so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, there we go. So we got strings loosened, and I'm sure I have a pair of side cutters here somewhere. Yes. Oh right, these are the ones with the handle that slides off. I haven't glued that back in yet. Oh, the other one came off too. Okay, maybe don't buy your side cutters at the dollar store. Just saying. Not to mention they like to stick together when they're squeezed. Oh, two in there. There we go. There we got going. Everyone saying hey to each other and stuff. All right. I didn't think there'd be any questions so far. So this was picked up secondhand. I'm not going to mention what Wayne paid for it. Oh, is this one of these? Oh. Who ties these things on? I've seen that happen in repair vids. Oh, there we go. People that tie their strings on. Why? And so many freaking winds. You don't need that many winds, guys. All that does is affect your tuning stability. Oh yeah, nice shot of my arm. I don't think you guys need to see me wrestling here with stupid strings. So I finally, today, I started, well, when I started work yesterday, I started watching the Steve Anderson show from last Friday night, the Late Show. And, geez, you guys went, what, 4.5 hours? Enough that I'm watching, you know, people that are in the central time zones in North America go to bed, and next thing you know, you got Simon from the UK tuning in because it's into the next day there, and you guys are still going strong. Actually, these aren't bad, Wayne. See, the other thing about using a windowsill is I can just slide the camera over. And I was saying to him, you know, especially on a new guitar, make sure these nuts, my God, so many guitars I come across and they're all loose, which, you know, there's tuning stability issues right there. Make sure those things are tight, guys. String through construction, I kind of like that. Played this thing, what, Wayne? I played it for about 10-15 minutes the other day. Or Absolute Mayhem, since he's in the chat. And that was by far the most I'd ever played a Schecter guitar. And I have to say, not too shabby. I just said it needed a setup, and next thing you know, there's Wayne saying, well, do it on your show. Steve Anderson saying, yeah, oh yeah, anything goes. Yeah, on the Late Show. Yeah. I should try jumping in on one of those sometime. Of course, if you guys would have me. But half the time it's like it's every other weekend. It's always the weekends that I work, because I work every other weekend. And Bruce is back. You didn't miss anything, Bruce. Just me cursing while taking strings off. That's about it. Get a garbage in here. All right. So, yeah, buddy, you did a pretty good job cleaning that up. So today we are going to polish the frets. Oh, this fretboard needs an oiling. Actually, Wayne, I see some gouges in it. So I'm actually going to give it just a quick once over with a light sanding. Smooth out this fretboard too. I can feel it. Because I have a feeling too the grain's going to come right up when I soak it. Because I can see how dry it is. So yeah, let's get this thing in the clean mode. What do you use to clean guitars? That's right, Roncinol lighter fluid. Stuff's great, evaporates like right away. Dry Heat says don't forget to condition the fretboard before the strings. I will not forget that, buddy. And you won't forget it either, right? Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, that's a little dirty. And the only reason I'm just giving this a quick once over is just so the tape will be holding a little better. Just a quick once over on there. Knocking everything over here, eh? All right. Another thing we're going to do is replace the... Oh, man. Replace the pickup rings, right. All right. Well, I don't know what the height is because I just turned one of the adjustments for the bridge about 4 or 5 times. All right. Do we get right into the... Yeah. All right. Let's just quickly check those. Still haven't got a chance to get to my sockets yet. Find them. Don't be jammed. Come on, be nice. I have a question. Are you restricted in configuration and wiring about three-way switch? In what respect, sir? Because you are in some, for the fact that obviously you can't do 5 different wiring setups because it's only a 3-way switch. But most stock 3-way switches are just simply, yeah, you know, neck pickup, next one's middle, which would be both pickups on, and then your bridge pickup in the final position. You can get custom switches that do different things, which is essentially you can like swap positions. So let's say the forward position's your neck, middle position's just your bridge, and then you know, back position could be both. So we finished getting the 4-way switch in my 71 Telly for pickup choices. Yeah, yeah. And there's tons of custom switches out there too. That, like I say, it's just all a matter where they line up the contacts. What do you think of the angle of... I don't even really give it a thought there, Wayne, to be honest with you. Epiphones tilt back less than a Gibson, I believe. Less or more. The Epiphone and Gibson are different. And dude, Fender, straight across, they just dip and then keep same angle. So, I don't know. I'm not big on break angle. In theory, a harder break angle or deeper angle will improve sustain in theory, but I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm going to set up the action anyway, so it doesn't matter how many times I turn these little things. All right. So, since I'm going to be working down here, Scott Nickerson has a fret question, I believe. All right, let's see here. Question, I have a dead fret, high E first fret, nowhere else. That would be more of a fret issue. Yeah, like it's fretting out just when you do the first fret. Chances are then... Here. All right. Sorry, guys, if you get seasick. So if you are only, pressing, obviously first fret, it's buzzing out like crazy. This one's fine. Chances are you have a high fret here. The easiest way to tell that is if you have something pretty stiff, like a, I guess you could, I don't like using a business card because a business card can dent. But I know what you can do. Any kind of a credit card or something. Basically, like you can put it across 3 frets. If you can rock it back and forth, obviously that's a high fret. And it would just need to take it down a bit. And then, actually, no. Figure I might as well check this. Actually, there is a slight bow in this neck, isn't there? That's right, I gotta do a neck adjustment on it. Let's take a look. I'm just using a carpenter's straight edge. If I place this along, basically I'm looking along each fret and looking to see if there's any light. I wish I had a notched one, but eventually as the channel grows, guys, I'll get more tools. And yeah, there's a gap from here. Yeah, all right. So we definitely need to straighten that neck. And to remind myself, I'll take off Wayne's custom truss rod cover he put on. I always think of having a 5-way switch to get the middle pickup on its own, as currently a 3-way doesn't seem to allow this. Okay, so it's a 3 pickup guitar with a 3-way switch? Is that... But yeah, 5-way switch, you definitely have more options. And then there's what they call 5-way super switches, which I realize I'm not on camera here too much, but yeah. All right. So let's slide you guys down the other way. This is where we're going to kind of be working here. There we go. Because when Wayne got this thing, pickup rings cracked. So he gave us, sent along the same day we picked up his amp, which was, when did we do that? Thursday, I guess? We went down to the Evil Empire. A thin, what do they call it? Thin bottom, heavy top, 9s, 9 through 46, nickel wound, because that's what he gave me. And actually that's what I've been using as of late, now that we tuned down to E flat for the band. And we're back. There we go. Yeah, I was... And then it just, and next thing you know, I'm looking at all my apps on my phone, like it completely just, and then when I reopened it, it went, oh, did YouTube crash? Do you want to let us know? And I'm like, heck yes, I want to let you know. Let's see if we can get this in the shot a little better. The pickup shorted out. refresh mine, because ironically on the laptop, the chat disappeared. But when I messaged you guys that it crashed, I did that. I don't know what's going on there. Bloody silicon chips and such. Oh yeah, I can see it's really, is it really pixelated for you guys? Because it's really pixelated on my playback. Which I'm going to pause. So, yeah, it's a little better to see. Just a bit blurry. Okay. Well, I paused the laptop, so that should hopefully... Let's see what happens here. Okay, it's getting a little clearer. Alright, so I'm just going to pause the laptop again, because that seems... You know what it is? I think YouTube has, like most sites, they get more traffic on a Sunday than any other day. And I wouldn't doubt if it's a combination of me having adequate internet at best. Oh, this works out well. Look at this. I can sit down while I work and see you guys. All right, cheers. And yes, Wayne, if you ever want to thank me for something, I picked these up at the Napanee beer store. What is the difference between a 5-way switch and a super 5-way switch? Simon Williams asks. I'm not sure. The only reference I know to the super switch is in, is it like they use them in the gems and stuff like that, Ibanez. And it's not really my bag. So I really don't know, to be honest with you. Might have more points of contact, which allows for more custom wiring setups. I honestly do not know. Wish I did. Absolute Mayhem says, see if it'll come up on here now. Take note. Ben, beer store gift cards as tips. Sure. Heck, I'd just take a bottle. Another question first. Excellent light and screen resolution now. Excellent. I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm off on it now. Coming all Steve Anderson. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not quite in Steve's... Actually, hey, Steve, we got a show sponsor now for the Thursday night show. Actually, well, see. A custom guitar builder out of Vancouver. A guy I've known for, well, I don't know, 30 some odd years. He grew up around here and moved out there, and he builds custom guitars called renofin.ca. No triple W. If you guys look it up, RENOFIN. My buddy Travis builds amazing stuff. You should check it out. Not that you're, you know, I know you're building as well and stuff, but never know. It never hurts to talk, you know, if you need someone local, what have you. Although, I think we've got a nice little support network here just on YouTube ourselves, don't we? Okay, so Wayne, do you want back your multi-piece pickup ring? Wow. Yeah, that's... Yeah. Wow. Alright, where did I put these? Yes, Absolute Mayhem says I checked out his guitars. They're something emerald. Looked awesome. Yeah. And Scott Nickerson says, can you easily swap Fender bridge pickups from single to humbucker? Yes and no. All right. So sometimes, like basically, you know, obviously you're going to need a new pick guard. And it's better to just buy one that's set up for the pickup configuration you want, because it'll center them and everything right, and you don't have to worry about cutting. Some Fenders will have just holes cut for each pickup and a little slot this way to be able to run the wiring. Other Strats, depending on the year, have what they call a bathtub cut, where they just run out into 3 doubles if you wanted to. Hey, Sila. Sila. Sorry if I mispronounced that. And yeah, if it's a bathtub, boom, drop right in. Like my Strat's a bathtub cut. Steve Anderson, you're 89, since I'm assuming, because mine's a 89. You'd probably have the bathtub route as well. Sila says, what do you think of Fender Highway 1 made in the USA? I'm not overly familiar with them. I know a Fender product I'm not familiar with. Planning on getting exact same as Johnny's. But Johnny's new Strat, because it's got 3 singles. Yeah, the Elite's got 3 singles. I'm just trying to think. Highway 1, not too familiar with. I'll check them out though. It seems to me they made them, what, about 5-7 years ago? Don't remember exactly. I'll be honest, like most people, I played in high school, got out of it. Oh, wow. I just think I saw a difference here, guys. Oh, no, maybe not. All right. So, you want the good news or the bad news, Wayne? This is your original. This is the replacement. If you notice, it is a sharper taper on the new one. So your pickups will angle ever so slightly forward. Just letting you know. Hey! Jen's in the house. Hey, Jen. Yes, that's Bruce's way better half. Everyone give Jen some love. What do you do with a screwdriver now? Oh, here it is. You're okay. Good. Well, as you can tell, I'm already doing it, so I didn't wait for an answer. One of my favorite things in life. Putting these bloody pickup screws in with their springs. If I could see what I'm doing, that would really help. And if they gave me a little more wire. Oh, I believe it's the other way around. Ah, how sweet of Jen to say that. Just read a description on the Super 5-way switch, now completely confused, not difficult. Yeah. If you set up a spare pick guard, if it would work. Yeah, it all depends on the route, Scott. Other than that, also, if you're planning on coil tapping the humbucker, you would need to add a mini toggle for that. Or push-pull pot, like one of those. It's definitely more wiring. But if you're wiring it up just straight as a 2-wire humbucker, no wiring modifications. Just wires the same. You know, single or double, 2 wires, 2-wire, right? You're hot and you're ground like anything else. If I could just get this bloody thing started. Thanks for the shout out. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. I met Sila. Sila's not terrible. I want to say that was during somebody's live feed last night. Was that during In the Blues? Live? I hang out on so many of these at times. You guys know how it is. Oh, Phil McKnight. See? That's really? Alright. I'm going to be on here 2 hours just getting this bloody pickup ring in. 24 terminals, double wafer switch. Oh, yeah. Okay. I know this is going to block your view, guys, but I'm just going to try to get some leverage here. There we go. All I had to do is just to get it started, right? Spring. Make sure I'm putting the ring on facing the right way. Ben needs more hands. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I could use an assistant at times. Well, see, that's the thing. Usually it's Richie doing all this stuff, and I'm assisting him. Although I did a bit of my work on my 71 the other day, just so I can say it was actually the two of us that modded it, not just him. Seriously, can I go more than a minute without losing my screwdriver? Every flippin' time. You too, Jen. Have a nice afternoon. She's off to make a carrot cake. Uh-oh. I'm thinking, oh, I will need to find a tape measure, because that's the only thing I can really use to adjust the pickup height. So, Wayne, worst case, when you come to pick up the guitar tomorrow, bring a tape measure and I'll set the pickup heights then. Ben, you are probably the best guitarist, YouTuber, and probably the best one for Q&A. Really, dude? Wow, you got your bar set low. I do know, like, some of the bigger channels, like Phil McKnight and stuff, it's really hard to get a question answered because the chat just flies. That's why, like, when I'm in the chat on those things, Bruce and I were talking about this. Obviously, you know, you're asking a question of, we'll use Phil as an example. So you're asking Phil McKnight a question, chat's flying, he's trying to answer everything. That's fine, you know. If I'll just sit back, and if I notice you ask the question a couple of times, then I'll go ahead and answer it. Let's see, I get my PG tips over here in the English store, Simon. People trip on how much tea I drink. I can imagine, JJ. You come by it naturally, though. And believe me, there's a lot of tea drinking in Canada, although that's changed in the last 20 years or so with Tim Hortons coffee shops being everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Hey, our metal stage is in the house. Hey, Sinner. That's awesome, Ben. So yeah, basically what I was saying, you know, those busier chats, if you ask a question a couple of times and the host isn't answering it, I'll go ahead and answer it to the best of my, and that's what you'll see. I'll say something like, I believe you can do this to the best of my knowledge. Like, I won't always give a definitive answer if I'm unsure of something, because the last thing I want to do is give you the wrong information. So the question is this going to cap out on us again at the 1 hour mark like last week? Or no, was that last week or 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. Last week I did the short one. Right. And Simon, yes, we will definitely go for over an hour. Johnny Bean has been drinking Yorkshire tea lately. I drink green tea. Right now my house smells like chocolate chip cookies. My wife is baking as we speak. Oh, look at all you guys with your wives all baking and stuff. American Standard versus Music Man Silhouette Special. Oh, that's a good question. Let's throw that one to the viewers. I know I like an American Standard. I'm not as familiar with the Music Man Silhouette Special. Is it like a Fender style Music Man? That's broken too. Yeah, I figured Sinner would know better than me on that stuff. Music Man, yeah. See, I would just probably say American Professional because that's what I grew up with, right? Simon made brownies today. Jeez, everybody's baking. I'm guessing a few of you were baking yourselves too. Well, let's keep that handy, since we know the trick that worked last time I did this. It'd be really nice if they gave us a little extra wire, you know, guys. I know that you got costs and price points and stuff, but man, you know, a couple of more inches of wire would make a world of difference. Scott, you're in Edmonton, right? Cheers. Let's get in so it's not glare. There we go. Yes, we are finding more and more Canucks with guitars tuning into Canucks with guitars and build that community. Shoved down inside, great. Yes, well, Leduc, just by the Edmonton airport. Oh, okay, where they used to have the car races. That airport? Because there's two, right? There's the city airport. Oh yeah, I'm thinking one, I think it's more in the middle of town, where they had the Indy cars and stuff like that. Yes, I'm a race fan. The longer I type, I can't see. Hello from Grandpa. Hey, Gas and Bullets. I recognize. I saw again. I'm trying to remember which chats I've seen you in. I'm guessing in the Blues, Phil McKnight. Yeah, they closed the city airport. Yeah. Yeah, I got a bunch of family out in Edmonton actually. A lot of family. I think 3 of my aunts ended up moving out there. Seems to me. My dad's side of the family, they grew up in Cape Breton, which is part of Nova Scotia. And all my aunts, yeah, actually, well, a couple of them anyways, married military guys, so they ended up in Edmonton. What do we got? Seal says, I'm starting to do some gigs, and it's time for new guitar, and I really can't decide between Music Man Silhouette Special and American Standard, but second option is modding my old Squire. Oh, you're from Nova Scotia originally too, Scott. Cool. Well, you know, you can mod a Squire, but I don't know if they have the reliability to gig with consistently. Honestly, if you're looking for a Fender-esque guitar, I'd probably look at a Mexican build Fender. Bang for the buck. You know, some people will tell you mod the Squire and get the Silhouette, JJ says. Like some people tell you that the Mexicans are more akin to the Asian build stuff as far as components, but my understanding of what I've seen from experience, they seem to be more on par using all the American stuff. They're just taking advantage of the cheaper labor cost. That's what my opinion is. Take it or leave it. I know originally when the Mexicans came out, literally, they were identical to Americans. It was just all the same parts, same wood, same everything. Scott votes new guitar. Gas and Bullets is working on reorganizing my workbench, trying to prep for some custom pedal builds. Right on, buddy. I like the sounds of that. Well, in that case, hang on. If you're doing custom pedal builds, go up here, open link in new tab. There's Gas and Bullets. And I am now subscribed. Dave's World of Fun Stuff. Just uploaded a video. How nice. Oh, excuse me. And if I've missed a question in the chat, guys, either as we're just gonna ask it again, or Bruce, Mr. BHB's keeping an eye on things too, and he'll just tag me and say that I missed something. Yes, yeah, like Dry Heat commented, I swear as soon as my head dipped, it comes up, right? Don't spend too much modding Squire, you won't get the money back out of it. Well, I would say keep your old parts as well. And if you do decide to get rid of it, dump the old parts back in it. And you're not looking to sell it. Oh, look at that. Well, we got 2 more subs. Gas and bullets. Just like that. See, you had me at pedal build. Is that something you're just going to pre-record? Or, well, I suppose, yeah, because I could take a while. It's not something you necessarily want to do live. Although that would be cool. Doing a live pedal build and then test out. Something like a very simple fuzz circuit, I guess. See, I know a little bit about them, but you know, you're not going to build yourself a digital delay live. You know. Cool. Gas and Bullets is just saying, thanks, guys. I'll be putting up some content on the pedal soon. And I know, I'm going to say most of the time, the live chat is replayed, but it is most of the time. Still seeing a few vids where it doesn't, so I'm still going to read off questions, so if people are watching after the fact. Don't crank these down too hard. Well, I can tell you one thing, Wayne, right off the bat. No one's had this thing apart a million times because the screws are actually going back in and they're stiff. You know, they're not just whoop, sinking in, not like my 71, my God. But that thing must have been taken apart so many times. Every screw is just dropping in. We're running out of toothpicks to fill in the holes. What I missed there? Nope, must have been my end. Oh, feed dropped. If you're watching delayed, yeah, we did have an issue where YouTube crashed on me. Oh, another sub. There you go, buddy. Funny, Bruce and me were talking about that last night. Like on Phil McKnight's show, I ended up getting a sub or 2. During Johnny's show, I got a couple subs. And then during In the Blues was live, and I ended up getting 3 subs during that one from answering some questions and just, you know, just without blatantly jumping in a chat and go, hey, you know, like you guys should follow me. No, just answer questions, and then I'll throw it out there once if, you know, we're chatting back and forth like Sela and I were, and I just say, hey, I got a channel that covers guitar stuff too. Check it out if you want. All right, how are we doing for time here? 48 minutes in, and we've installed 2 pickup rings. I gotta stop yakking so much, and let's get some building done. And X-Acto knife. I need that. What are your thoughts on the new PRS John Mayer signature? It looks like a Strat somebody bolted a PRS neck onto. Literally. Like, it just reminds me of something I'd see in a pawn shop, that it was somebody's project at one time. That's the vibe I get. Rich, my co-host for Canucks with Guitars, if you didn't know so, he did a rant, as he called it. It looks like those cheap plywood guitars that are made by some company you've never heard of. Let's see, 100% service, connected, disabled veteran, grew up in electronics industry, making custom pedals to supplement our income. When I say custom, I mean art, paint, custom circuits, PCB, and all by hand. Awesome. Gas and Bullets, since, you know, it's not a name like my name. Are you on Facebook, sir? And if so, let me know. Going well. Yeah, thanks. PRS community hates that. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, it just reminds me of something you'd see out of the 70s out of Japan. 60s. Oh, Bruce has almost 25 subs. Nice. Looks like that Schecter headstock. Yeah, yeah. I noticed that when Wayne brought this in, I was like, wow, that looks kind of similar to a PRS headstock. Have I subbed to you, Bruce, I wonder? If not, remind me later to check. Email me. Bruce, can you write that stuff down for me? Gas and Bullets contact info? Because I assume you're not on Facebook if you're putting that out there. Can you write that stuff down for me? And send it to me later. Yeah, I already have some ideas. Because I see, my first thought is, what kind of pellet? And yeah. And actually, I have ideas. Let's just say. It's the usual ideas. Yeah, I'm sure you can figure it out. Yes, send me free stuff. No. But I wouldn't mind, yeah. I don't know. Oh, I'm buffering again. I may crash. Are we still good? Nice. Oh, it's okay, Sila. Bad English. Oh, that's me commenting. Let me know if it's still running here, guys, because I can't tell if I'm actually broadcasting. Okay. Yeah, we'll just keep going. I just keep getting the busy thing here. So, freaking me out. Bruce has a special birthday present coming in the mail, from what I've heard. He's got a birthday coming up soon. Yeah, worst case, Sila, if you type something, try to reword. I think we're all pretty good at understanding stuff. Ooh, color matching. Yeah, good idea, Dry Heat. It's like they went too hard. You know, it was 2 years in development for what? To figure out how to bolt a PRS neck onto a strap body? And I was talking with Flipside Music about that the other night. I was like, you know what? If they did just a few more mods, you know, changed it up just a little more, nobody would have bitched about it. But they didn't. They got lazy. I'm designing a pedal for a bass builder right now that uses an incoming stereo input, one signal from each pickup, then goes into 2 separate pedal circuits that combines back into a mono output. Nice. Crack you up. Scott Nickerson says, yeah. So I have a feeling this is going to be a long video. Oh, you guys, you know, I'm sure there's going to be people that are going to drop out to grab something to eat or whatever, you know, the case may be. You have a life. So I'm in this for the duration. This is what I'm doing tonight. So, and then after this, Ben gets to watch NASCAR. Because Ben's been recording the NASCAR races all weekend again. That way I can skip through all the cautions and stuff like that. You're down for the duration, JJ? Awesome, buddy. Wayne will be just because he wants to keep an eye on his guitar. Just as he's logging off, here's crash! That wouldn't be cool. Because then I'd have to offer Wayne one of mine as a replacement. And I'm guessing he won't take that Mockingbird. Right on, guys. I like to hear that. What else we got going on? I was chatting with Mythos. Is it Mythos Pedals? Hey, Showman. Yeah, I was chatting to him. Apparently, they're basically just a direct order. Like, they don't have any retail customers, you know, music stores that sell their product in Canada. So I'm going to get in touch with them, see if we can't work out a deal to get them into my buddy's shops. It all depends. Honestly, it all depends on his markup from wholesale to retail, right? If Sean can make a buck selling them, and they don't want to do a crazy minimum order all the time, like a lot of the companies. That's why I don't know if you guys know a lot about, you know, the inner workings of a music store, but, you know, you wonder why most music stores only carry a few brands. Because most brands insist you order a minimum of 30 guitars to start. And, even, you know, and that's why you see a lot of low-end stuff, because they're the only ones you can afford 30 of, because that's a lot of money to tie up in retail. Because honestly, most gear, it's about a 20% markup. So you figure you see that $1,000 guitar hanging there, well, the owner's got 800 into it. And then you count each one off, you know, going down the wall, and you realize how much money they got invested in their inventory. So I was asking him about getting in, asking Sean about expanding his, because he already deals with FMIC, you know, Fender Musical Instrumentation, I don't know. It says, it's like a car. What'd I miss? Oh, it's like a car lot. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Bruce. And so I said, you know, because they're already carrying Jackson and Fender, I was like, I don't want a Jackson. But I like Charvels. You know, I'd love to have a San Dimas, especially a Mexican San Dimas. And I said, let alone, you know, I've been hanging out with you guys a lot online, and I know the excitement around EVH products, you know, and the fact that you guys that own that stuff got up early, had breakfast with old neighbor who moved, and came back home, took a nap. I'm up and rocking. Awesome, dude. Yeah, you know, you guys will seek out the EVH stuff. You know, whether it be EVH brand or PV Wolfgang's, Music Man's. I see how crazy you guys are over that stuff. Maybe I will be one day. I've never had a chance to play one, so I don't know what I'm missing. But again, so I mentioned that to Sean, he's like, dude, that's like, you're asking me to bring in 60 guitars. That'd be what? 10 of each line per store. Unfortunately, he does have 3 stores. But, yeah, it's crazy, the numbers. Oh, I should mention, you guys, so when I'm placing the tape in, push it and then with a razor blade right in the corner against the fret, run it down, and that'll give you a nice clean cut right up against the frets. Now we don't leave any fretboard exposed, but we're also not covering up the frets, so we can get a nice polish on all of them. And it's amazing how your leftover pieces, you will find another fret slot for them. Wow, 12 thumbs up, so that's awesome, guys. Got 10 people watching me tape a fretboard. No, that's not long enough. That would have worked down at the other end of the neck. So fortunately, these frets are barely dented at all. Barely. So I was telling Wayne that, you know, it does need a recrown. And yeah, I could do some quick file, but I want to actually recrown these. I always forget how little crown is on a jumbo fret. It's not from wear. I can tell, like, that's just the way the frets are. How about throwing in some scalloped frets on the higher register? No. That's something I wouldn't even attempt. And then Bruce said, yeah, Scott, that's why I do not nap in my bed, as I'll crash for hours. Yeah, in the recliner. How about I actually pull off decent length pieces of tape here? And I saw somebody had asked about Suhr guitars. Haven't played one, but I'd love to. I have a good opinion on them without having played one, just because, you know, let's be honest, it's pretty much a boutique guitar. They're going to play great. John Suhr knows what the deuce he's doing, so I'm sure they're a great product. I find the EVH Wolfgang special guitars to have specs that fit me. They're okay in my book, but I like my most inexpensive the best. Oh, there we are. Now, Suhr guitars, aren't they built in the UK? For some reason I'm thinking, like, did John Suhr relocate to the UK? Another sub. You guys are crazy. Love it. And the reason I'm doing this the opposite, because I realized that was my cut edge, and it may not be perfectly straight. Did I know? Alright, you may have a tiny little pinprick. I didn't run the X-Acto across the finish. Just a little tip of it touched. No John Suhrs in California. Oh, there we are. Wow, you got 27 subs. Awesome, Bruce. See, I left it there. I'm gonna save my money for 5 years for sales, so yeah. What do we got? Well, Ben, that's the great part about having an awesome used guitar. I care way more about the setup than scratches or dings. Well, you're understanding. And I'm the same way. I think we were talking about it before. I really don't see a lot of point in buying a new guitar myself. And I think one is because I get bored of guitars so easy that, you know, they can come and go and they don't feel as attached. Because you buy something new, you're going to want to try to get your money out of it to a certain extent, and you're not. You just can't. You know, as soon as you walk out the door with it, it's automatically used. I'll cover up that pickup too, just to be on the safe side. That way, you know, if you buy used and assume you don't overpay, you know, like $500 guitar you get for $500 used. You know, if it's worth $500, that, you know, play it 6 months. If you don't like it, sell it, and you get your $500 back and put it into something else. Going a little overboard on the tape, but I just don't want to go to hand this back to Wayne tomorrow and see a bunch of metal filings on some of the pickups. Yeah, exactly, Bruce. As soon as you drive it off the lot. The guitar I really want is the Squier J Mascis Jazz. Yeah, he tried to ordered a different one by mistake. Morons. Good thing that guy's not in business anymore. Oop, you didn't hear that. That was just a belch. It's a little different with the Tune-o-matic bridge, you know, because the neck radius doesn't match the bridge radius, so you are going to end up with your outside strings quite high and your middle two strings quite low as a result. But I'd actually, good point, Gasbolt says, good as an American with all that I've played. I'd like to see someone take a Mexican and an American of the exact same model and see if they can even tell the difference. Oh, jeez, totally flogged you guys out there. Hey, I got him. Okay, that's an interesting name. I didn't see the name in the chat. I just got a notification I got a new sub. Do I say the screen name? Clam Fingers? If you're watching, thanks for the sub. Clam Fingers, all right. Now, where's my steel wool? Oh, there we are. As you guys know, 4-0 or 4-0 steel wool is what you want to use. It's very fine. Now, some people will go over the frets with a 400 sandpaper, a 600 grit, 1000 grit, 1500, 2000, 3000. You can. Wow, 17 thumbs up, 18 thumbs ups over here. Wow, awesome. Thanks, guys. What do we got? Here, actually, Andrews have done that. They've done almost all the channeling, then modded if you want. Yeah. My next toy will likely be a Chibson Les Paul. Absolute Mayhem says, yeah, you like mine, don't you? I think I don't think I actually played any guitar today. All right, here, let's move the movie down while I work down here. There we go. All right, so what was that? 5-10 seconds. So we're just doing a quick little. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first fret and the third fret. Okay, just that little bit. So we did twice as much on that one as this one. And let's see here. Oh, I always have a tendency to cover the camera. If you guys can see the difference there. Just a quick once over, eh? That's all it takes, like that third fret. There's like, what, half a dozen passes on it? And the reasons, like, it used to be when I was growing up, people would say, buy an acoustic guitar to learn on, because they're harder to play, and then get an electric. I call BS on that, just for the, oh, I should check the fret ends. I can't do the fret ends today, anyways. If, Wayne, if you notice you have some sharp fret ends, we'll come back and we'll file them down. Yeah, like they say, learn on this hard thing, but I would think that would lead to more annoyance and hassle, and you're going to more likely give up on it. Whereas you learn on something that plays easy, you know, like how many times have you picked up a student's guitar and they're almost impossible to play? I don't get it. It just drives people away from guitar playing. Whereas I was saying to Wayne, like he was saying, oh, my hands are getting sore from playing and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, just imagine if you had a nice setup on the guitar, how much easier it would be to play so you could play longer and have more enjoyment out of it. Ben installed the Ace Freely Smoke mod in that Schecter. Yeah. Yeah, wouldn't that be cool? Gotta go, or good to go. Nice video, man. All right, if you're going, enjoy the rest of your time, day. I don't know what time of day you're... Actually, whereabouts are you out of, dude? Just before you head out, if you haven't left already. I'm just curious where you're from. So I can say good morning, good day, good night, as the case may be. I sold my Ibanez back in the 90s, kept my acoustic, and I rarely play. I agree with Ben. Yeah. You know, get something that's easy to play. You're just going to want to play it more. You know, it's like just going out for a drive. Remember when people used to just go out for, oh, from Croatia. Okay, it's 10 in the evening. Awesome, dude. Well, enjoy the rest of your night, and we hopefully will see you soon, buddy. I appreciate the support. Yeah, I was going to say Scott Nickerson's 2 hours behind me. Steve Anderson would be 3 hours. Bruce is the same as me. Dry heat. You're on Central or Mountain? JJ's out west too. When I was learning on an acoustic, I used to put electric guitar strings on it to make it easier. Yeah, a lot of people do that. And I noticed like stuff like Ernie Ball just says guitar strings. Like they don't even say. Okay, Gas and Bullets is Pacific. And where are you out of, Gas and Bullets? And Simon's 4 hours ahead of me, right? I'm just curious. I always wonder about that. Like, yeah, it's interesting how relatively few people... Oh, right. Grants Pass, Oregon. Right, you mentioned that. Well, no wonder you want to do pedals. You live in Oregon. It's like, what's the mecca of pedal builders, right? How many pedal builders are out of the Portland area? Wow. Mr. Black, one of my favorites, actually. Oh, I want to get Mr. Black pedals so bad. Slide this down. Man, I'm still getting that buffering thing going, like it's loading or something. It's crazy. You used to put Dean Markley's on your acoustic, came with a cool sticker too. Well, you know, it's like, I don't know how it is in the US, but in Canada, it seems like all the, what I consider bad beer always comes with something free. You know, free t-shirt, toque, stickers, whatever. They always say, yeah, that's what they got to do to get you to buy it. You say I'm not a fan of Dean Markley strings, Bruce. I don't even know if you can still get Dean Markley strings. Well, Wayne, you got some polished frets, buddy. And yes, we will condition the neck next. After we have another sip of beverage. Bruce is just saying, I have no idea if you can get them. I usually buy Martin for my acoustic guitar strings now. Yeah, I was using Martins, Martin Marquis. I even used Ernie Ball Earthwounds for a while. What else? Now I put a set of elixirs on because, you know, they got the coating. Because I so rarely play my acoustic that I thought, you know, it'd be better just put them on. That way it's coated. It can sit for 6 months. And where's my brush? Oh, you just had an idea. All right, Silo had an idea. I didn't know you were still here. I thought you were leaving. 12 people watching? Awesome. Can you do a guitar collection video? Like of my guitar collection? Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I haven't done that, have I, guys? The closest to that is, if you go back on the channel, I generally show off a different guitar every week on our Thursday night show, Canucks with Guitars. So you'll see most of them there, as well as most of Rich's, if not all of Rich's. But yeah, I could do it, definitely, you know, it doesn't even have to be live necessarily, I suppose. Although it'd be cool to do it live. We'll do a live guitar collection. Sure. We'll do that on a Sunday. I will need advance notice. Would you, Ben, would you have to do some traveling to collect them all? That's what I was about to say. They're all over Eastern Ontario. So yeah, Silas, if you don't know already, I actually have guitars in 3 different towns. I live in Trenton, Ontario. Well, just outside of Trenton, Ontario. 10 miles to the west of me is where Richie lives. And that's where we rehearse. So I keep a guitar or two. Well, there's 2 over there right now because one's on the bench. I also keep a guitar at work, which is another 40 miles east. Yes, I commute 40 miles each way to work each day. But yeah, we could figure something out. Oh, okay. Now, see this? I just pulled off this piece of tape. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know if that's dirt or a bit of the fretboard. Is actually, it looks like it's actually a very micro thin layer of the fretboard itself. Oh yeah. This is why you should never let your fretboard dry out, guys. That's Wayne's fretboard. So we're going to oh yeah, give this some treatment. That will be hard then. No, Sila, it wouldn't be that hard. I just need to know in advance. Like, let's say if I was doing it today, I would have brought my guitars home from Richie's Thursday night after we do the show, because we both do it at his house. We don't do like a Google Hangout. I just physically go over there to co-host with him. And I would have brought mine home from work today, type thing. No big deal. We'll figure something out on that. Once I get the 71 put back together, because it's still... Don't yell at me, Showman. We're still working on getting that nut installed. It's taking a lot of shaving, and it's taking forever. So we were literally by hand trying to work the brass nut. We got to take almost half the material off of it in total. And it's just a lot of work. A lot of work. Alright, so I'm going to take some handy dandy 1500 grit. And I'm just going to lightly and it doesn't matter if you hit the frets too, because honestly this is finer than the fretboard. But I'm just going to show you guys really. So I'm just doing a barely pressing down. You guys see that? Dry heat, you didn't miss a thing. We finished polishing the frets. So now I'm just, because I know how dry this fretboard is, want to give it a little smooth. I'm not even trying to get right up against the frets necessarily, because you're not really pressing there. It's just I know when we put the oil in, it's going to raise this up. It's just a quick... Yeah, like Wayne's going to be playing down here anytime soon. Just kidding, Wayne. Thought I heard a car door. Apparently not. That's all. Everyone, what is everyone's favorite guitar they own? Yeah, Silent, have a good one. Well, the easy answer to that one, Scott, is it seems whatever your latest one seems to be the favorite, right? Like I was talking to some guys about that. It just seems like whatever the newest one you got is, that's one you play 90% of the time. Oh hell, Ben, I'm not worried about that. No, I don't care if you ever use it. Showman says, oh, I want to use it. That's for sure. It's just, yeah, it's a bit more of a job than we thought. Now I understand why people stop working with brass nuts. Jeez. It takes forever. Gunk and stuff, guys. Alright. So that's... We're going to let that just air out momentarily while we do that. Oh. Well, I got Dean Schenker V. Nice, Dry Heat says. Silas says Squire Bullet. And haha, not likely. Wayne says I'm still in power quartz mode. Yeah, talk about playing up here. Yeah. All my fave of all faves is a Sir Modern Satin. Paid $1,500 delivered. It's amazing. Looks better than some most expensive guitars. Showman Blues says. Scott Nickerson has an SG Standard. I don't know. I think right now my best playing guitar is my Mexican Tele. Sentimental, my 67 Tele. But the more I play that 71 Tele, the more I fall in love with it. Especially now it's got the custom wiring. So basically what I did was 4-way switch. What do we got here? Why is this you say Dad? Oh, JJ says a 68 Les Paul Black Beauty. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, so 4-way selector switch. All the way back, number 1 position. Bridge. Next position, both pickups. Third position will be neck. All the way forward will be both pickups out of phase to give me a Strat sound. So yeah. Dry heat. That's what we're using. What we got there? R2R3, my custom Charvel Music Zoo Natural. Nice. Is that the Music Zoo that's out by Dave Nesdall's place? I assume there's just the one Music Zoo, but it seems like a kind of name that you'd see on any mom and pop back in the day. And we are going to oil this. Oh, man, are we going to oil this? I just want to soak it. You're saying, normally you just have to do a quick thin layer, but I want soak in. I'm going to do it twice. So how are you guys liking this new setup? You can see everything all right? Kind of see me for the most part. Thanks, Simon. My dad gave it to me for my 18th. It's made with 50s wood Gibson stashed away. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, because 68 would be... That's pretty much the first year that the Les Paul body came back, wasn't it, JJ? I used to know all this stuff. So I know, yeah, I had a 61 reissue Les Paul, which is the Ivory SG 3 pickup gold hardware. Which I had that for a while and sold it. Never really played it. I can't handle a guitar that's headstock heavy. Can't stand it. Probably because my first guitar was a 72 Les Paul that was so tail heavy. Pre-weight relief, right, guys? Oh, come on, get in there. But yeah, I'm thinking, new setup. The new setup rocks. Oh, cool, Absolute Mayhem. Thanks. Yeah, if you guys, if you're tuning in late at the beginning of the broadcast, I did a little tour of the room, just showing off the junk back over there that you may have seen in the background during Johnny Bean's show, if you watch Johnny Bean, which I guess most of you do. So I don't have a lot of dedicated just viewers to my channel. Most of you guys all watch the same channels I do, and that's how we met, right? Oh, I just got notification for the new subscriber on here. It didn't take too long. 21 minutes ago. Yeah. What I missed something there. Yep, good camera angle, good. Simon Williams says mine's a 1988 Japanese Strat. And the crazy part is, Simon, that 88 Japanese Strat was probably better built than American Strat. Japanese were putting out superior products at that time, in my opinion. Oh yeah, I can see this. It's just soaking right in. Hear my bracelets rattling. Gotta be glam. Gotta be glam. remember one time one of my bosses asked me, "Can you not wear your bracelets at work?" My response was, "No." No. I don't know, like some of you guys, I'm one of those guys, the way I say it, I'm walking down the street, you know I play in a band. 80s are still alive with this guy. Come on, let's get some more in there. There we go. Some Epiphones play killer, Bruce. Yeah, I played Epiphone Les Pauls for years. Do the inlays pop more now? The fretboard has been so dry and ashy, the fret inlays almost ghosted. Yeah, we'll check it out. With it soaked. Yeah, see, already totally pop. Wait. Showing mine is a Tobacco Burst, but new. Apparently has a 59 body, 62 neck. It's a great guitar for an old. Nice. Oh, Arthur, you got an 89 Strat too? Man, who doesn't have an 89 Strat? That's 3 of us. I don't know if you're still in the chat there, Steve. Yeah, Steve Anderson's got an 89 Strat. Apparently R2 or 3 has one. I have one. Well, I guess it kind of makes sense because we all probably started playing within a few years of each other, right? I think we're all, within a few years of each other for the most part. Actually, I don't know if Ty Naka is still in the house. Seems to me he plays an Epi. Oh, made in Japan though. Oh, okay. R2, R3 was saying. Well, they were looked at as kind of the Mexicans, even though, like I say, they're better in my opinion. Oh yeah, still pulling dirt out, guys. See, that's the problem, is when you let these things dry right out, it's got to absorb moisture from somewhere, so generally it's out of your hands. Unless you have clean, really clean hands, it's going to pull all the oils out of your skin, and same thing as leads to corrosion and this and that. Geez, we should have left a fret, eh? Or oh, it's just taking it that well. Nice. All right, for absolute mayhem. That's what your fretboard looks like now. And that's pretty much dry. And I want to I'm not going to totally take everything off because I know it's going to absorb more. I can see already a few light spots. Normally you shouldn't have to oil this again for a few months, but next string change, either you or if you're having me do it, we'll oil the fretboard again. Every string change until I tell you different, buddy. Although it depends on how long you wait to change strings too. Like if I know you haven't done it in quite a while, I'll say, dude, change your strings. We need to lube that fretboard some more. So yeah. Still can't believe I got a stubby beer. It's not going to be close. Nope. All right, I will be right back, guys, because I need to find some Allen keys. I'm back. I don't think I have my Allen keys. Because I don't have my special tool. It's in my accessory case that I take to all my gigs. You've seen, guys have seen it. It's like a multi-tool that has different Allen keys, and oh, it's a guitar player's best friend. But I know I have a set somewhere. Oh, more sandpaper. What's that? Ooh, 2000 grit sandpaper though. What do we got here? My Crimson Custom has a neck made with a Fender Contemporary and made in Japan specs. Nice. Okay, you guys are all... Simon says, I'm older band, had rubbish guitars in the early 70s, and then just acoustics until the mid 80s when I joined a band and bought the Strat. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Right on. Ah, yes, that's what I was using as a pad for repairs. Hey, found my Dunlop power supply. That doesn't really help us, but I was looking for that because I want to split my pedal board into 2 separate power supplies. Found a microphone. Alright, so I'm not adjusting the neck today, Wayne. So I don't have any Allen keys. If you have a pack of different size Allen keys, bring them by the shop tomorrow. I can do that. But there, it's no big deal. And a straight edge too. Let's get this thing strung up. Wait, let me check my list. We made a list. I'll add that to the list for tomorrow. Yeah, man. Well, most of you know we did a bunch of renovations here at the house, and like you can see a bunch of boxes and stuff. I've got tools, probably a little bit in each of these boxes. All right, so restring, polish frets, oil board, intonation, and action. Well, there we are, folks. We went over this at 11 a.m. this morning. That's my quality handwriting. So yeah. Trust me, the guitars in the early 70s were really rubbish, plus I never heard of setups, etc. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I don't have any... Well, back there's a couple examples of 80s junk too, when they totally went plywood for all entry-level guitars. Area guitars, yeah. The original Area guitars, JJ. My dad had an original Area Pro that he actually traded in for the 67 Telly, and that covered a good portion of it. So once again, I don't know if I just showed these. That's what we're putting on. There we go. Oh, I need that for the bloody legend, don't I? VCI corrosion protectant. For 12 string sets, each pair of strings has the same colored ball end. Hey, that's an idea. Not that I suppose I'll have to buy a set of 12s at some point if I ever decide to do that that double neck I got. Oh yeah, we weren't even counting the double neck, Bruce, when we were counting counting guitars the other day. Yeah, so Bruce asked me the other day how many guitars I got here at the house. And I said, I don't know, 10, 12. Because I consider like the Martin and the 67, I still technically consider my dad's. Because, you know, he's still alive. And of course he considers them mine. So I was saying, well, you know, Dad's got the 67, he's got the Martin, he's got a couple wall hangers. I started counting off my guitars, and then projects. You know, and wall hangers, I got a few wall hangers myself. And then I went, well, okay, maybe not 10 or 12, maybe we're closer to 15 to 20. And I didn't even think of the double neck. Does that count as one guitar or two? Thoughts? I'm not familiar with Jedson, Simon. But yeah, I can just imagine. 1.5. Oh, come on. Bloody string throughs. Really? You know what it is? Because they put ferrules on both ends. You guys can't see what I'm doing here. There we go. Now, if I can actually... Okay. I see what's going on. Oh, come on. Flipping kidding me? Can't put a freaking string through? All right, we're coming back to that one. I think it's just so bloody light, it's just binding inside. Not to mention, the holes on the back are much larger than the holes on the front. Now I understand why people pay other people to string their guitars. There we go. Let's see if I have better luck. Actually eyeball it like I did that one. Yes, R2. Yes, 2 sets of 3. I know. Looks cool, Simon, but really serves no purpose. Because it's not like you intonate behind the bridge, right? G string is green. I don't even know why I'm looking at that, because I should be able to tell the G and the D apart since one's wound and one isn't. Are we watching Henning? I haven't really watched much of his stuff. Does he do stuff like this and curses away while he does it? Because that's what I feel like doing. Hey, Sila's back. Or Sila. Scott Hicks. There are 2 of me. Ah. Okay, because I recognize the avatar. Hey, I'll take the extra hit. Thanks. Well, just make sure to hit thumbs up with both the accounts. Oh, come on. Alright, this I wouldn't charge as much as I would to restring a Floyd Rose doing this, but I'll tell you right now, there will be a surcharge if I gotta do these again. Henning mentions another body part I will not mention. I think I missed something. Hey, Zach. Parker guitars, like the Parker Fly, awesome. Ahead of their time in many ways. One long did on phone, one on laptop. Nice. Yeah, Henning is pretty funny. Man, he doesn't care, does he? Like, he'll just berate people. Like, I watched his interview with, was it the designer for Orange Amps? And he's just like slagging the guy, like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do this? It makes perfect sense. Why didn't you do this? It was just like, wow, I could not do that. That's what she said. Yeah, I say that a lot myself. All right, so I'm seeing this is pretty much completely dry now. And it still looks a million times better. You guys can tell every time I stand it up, right? Now, I've seen, Zach, you've been here before, right? I recognize the name, I thought. Henning Schoolman met him at NAMM. Yes! Metal! I don't know if I can do that. I can do that. Those were awesome, JJ. I see Sinner's been in touch with, been in touch with Shane from In the Blues about coming on our Metal Stage podcast. That's going to be awesome. I see, once again, no Adam EVH, because he has the worst luck in getting notifications for stuff. He always pops in right at the end. And the problem with the string through. The old strings want to fall back through. I suppose I could be putting them on completely. Oh, are you kidding me? And then I drop one. See, this is why you guys watch, right? It's not so much information as you just love the comedy of it all. Ben goes off looking for tools. Ben restrings the guitar without moisturizing the fretboard. What else can Ben do? Do that. I couldn't have planned that. Yeah, no kidding. Play the Benny Hill music. No kidding. Yeah, and this goes really well for future viewer-submitted guitars for setup, right? Hey, you want your guitar knocked around, wrong tools used, and... That's right, it was facing that way. Oh, that's a different style. So what I'm going to do, guys, because I always find... Yeah, see you, Gas and Bullets. I will be in touch with you, buddy. Yeah, because I want to get your info. I want to give you a shout-out, especially wounded warriors, veterans, whatever you want to call it. Not that I'm just, glossing over stuff like that, but I appreciate it. I know a lot of people think so-called long-haired liberals don't appreciate the military. You guys do stuff that I could never do, truthfully. So, even though you're in another country, I still thank you for your service and what you do, buddy. So take care. I hope you enjoy your evening. And maybe we'll still be wrestling with this thing when you get back. Somebody said 12s. Oh, what did I miss? Who's using 12s? You've been in the chat. Yeah, that's what I thought, Zach. I must have missed the 12s comment. Oh, on this thing? No, 9s. So interesting, other than, unlike the Gibson or Epi pneumatics, there's no slot here that you can just pop the screw out the top. So what I'm trying to do is back it completely out so I can flip it around, because I always find when I intonate the G string, I need to flip it around to get maximum length. But I'm not going to be in luck. So we'll just move forward a bit. Thank you for the recognition, and besides, we protect Kanakistan as too. Hey, we got our own military. We do far more with your dad's obsolete equipment. No, I only mention that because literally a buddy of mine's a navigator on a C-130 for search and rescue, and he's literally a navigator on the exact same plane his dad was on was a navigator on when he served. So, and those are planes that we bought used off the U.S. Air Force in 1980, I believe it was. And they just retired the last one like last year. 11s are the thickest I've gone. I'm using 10s on everything except 9s on my Wolfgang, R2R3 says. And then Showman says I'm a 9s and 10s guy. I put Okay, so you do the opposite. Instead of a thin bottom, heavy top, you do thin top, heavy bottom. Showman. Yeah. I used 11s on my. I used to play with 11s on my Les Pauls, but I also played in drop C tuning. So. How do we move stuff out of the way? And we'll just slide you back down here. Oh, hang on. I realize. There we go. Get you guys back in the movie. Bruce says, when I was in the Air Force, I was stationed at a C-130 base. Cool. You guys may have heard when I went to go grab some tools, you may have heard a plane go overhead. That was a C-17. I believe they're called. Airbus. Now, ideally, people always ask, how many wines? There's 1, 1.5. I like 1.5 to 2. And it looks like that's at 2. Perfect. I really enjoyed those videos, JJ. Thanks for all the hard work you did for those videos. Yeah. And he says, check out the guy from Status Quo and his telly. He used 13s and belted the crap out of him straight into mountains of Marshalls. Oh yeah, I love Status Quo. And yes, it's Status Quo, not Status Quo, because they're British. Right, Simon and JJ? Unless you use locking tuners burst. Yeah, correct. You don't need 2 wines on a locking tuner. Oh, come on. I need new glasses. Didn't they both play tellies, Simon? Hey, David Ennis is in the house. I thought they both played tellies. It was funny, my first introduction to them, like I had kind of heard That's a Fact and Whatever You Want, I think it's called. Or Whatever You Need, Whatever You Want. Believe it or not, I was watching Anderton's video, one of their sound-like videos, when I still liked them. Which I'll rant on that in a moment. Just move this down a bit. Because they started playing the song and I loved the tone, so then I paused that video and looked them up. And I went, oh, okay, yeah, I kind of remember. They don't really get any airplay over here anymore. So, but I really enjoyed what I heard. Got into them then. Then I watched a documentary on them and loved it. Zach says I use 10 to 46 on electric and acoustic at 12 to 53. Sure. First play a green one and Parfit had the white one. Yeah, I like that white one. That's what I'm thinking of. And they, yeah, playing in drop D too. I think people think drop D was invented in the 90s, but it's been used for ages, guys. Lot and country. That's what I know. Showman, I plan to put up some vids in a couple of weeks, getting my desk computer camera set up. Should be early April. Awesome, man. Yeah, Rick Parfit is freaking 13s. And then Silas says, use 7s on electric. You'll be like Albert King. Yeah, and Billy Gibbons. I tried buying some. There's a music store that, in theory, carries those strings, but you gotta special order them in. They're actually made by Dunlop, but you can't order them, or Ernie Ball. Well, same thing, I guess, right? But you can't just order them directly from them. I was going to go on a rant earlier. What was I going to rant about? Oh, yeah, those Anderton sound-alikes. Oh. You know, it's one of those things they say, you know, ignorance is bliss. And, you know, like, I don't know what Status Quo used or sounded like, for the most part, but, you know, you watch, now granted, they do it on a budget as well, but it was, they were doing Mick Mars. And anybody that's a Mick Mars fan All right, here. First of all, I'll say anybody a Mick Mars fan out there that's watching that knows Mick's stuff at all? I'm sure you know of Motley Crue, but... And if you are a Mick Mars fan, what was the key to his tone? All right, Bruce loves. What was the key to Mick Mars's tone? Do you know? It's two things. In my opinion, two things. Drop D? Nope. That would be incorrect. They actually tuned down a full step, Bruce, so they were in the key of D, but they tuned the whole guitar was tuned down a full step. That Strat? Nope, not Isabella. Girls, girls, girls. Yep. Dad Gad. No, that's more Neil Young than... Nope, what it was is back in the day, he started out with his Les Paul, and then he played Kramer's, but the key to Mick Mars's tone was he had a Marshall head, modded by Jose. Oh, great, I put the D string in the A string slot. Oh, that was brilliant. And, yeah, he had a Marshall head modded by Jose. He always ran through a Proco Rat into his Marshall. That's how you get that Motley Crue mid-crunch Proco Rat, guys. I ran a Rat through... Oh, okay, you can't see it. My Marshall head sitting over there. Back when that was Rich's Marshall head. Oh, that's the guitar. There it is. Oh, can you zoom in? Oh, we can too. Look at that. That is an 80s Marshall Moffset 100 is the name. And basically, it was Marshall's solid state version of their JCM 800. Just on a solid state farm, same tone structure, but without tubes. And I picked that up for Rich a while back, and then I did a trade with him. Did anybody know what was so special about Albert King's playing? Well, he had amazing vibrato. So what is Mick Mars' secret to success, Showman says? Letting Nikki Sixx write some great songs. And, yeah, he played that, you know, even though he's endorsed by Kramer for years, guys, I'll tell you right now, he never used them in the studio. He would play his Les Paul or the Isabella Strat. But it was that Jose modded head. That was the key to his tone, especially. And I'm trying to remember who owns that now. I was watching something. It's like, it's not Phil X. Oh, I think I heard it in the Hired Gun movie. Jason, what's his name from Five Finger Death Punch? Another Canadian. I think he owns it, actually, because a buddy of his he had a mutual friend with Mick Mars, you know, this buddy of his, and his buddy's like, hey, Mick's selling a bunch of gear. Do you want to go check it out? So he's like, all right. So they had a cab there, and Mick kept hauling out Marshall heads, and he'd play one. That's all right. Yeah, that's cool. And then he plugged in one, and he went, oh my, this is such an amazing tone. And he's like, yeah, that's the one I recorded like every Motley album with and toured with for years. It was a Jose modded Marshall. Which, if you guys don't know who Jose is kind of like Dumble. Like, he was modding Marshalls in the 70s, and people just love his stuff. Just going to ballpark this for now, then we'll stretch these strings. Getting kind of hungry. Oh, geez, we're almost at 2-hour mark. Well, we made it to D. Smell that lemon. Go. Strings are clipped. What'd I miss? Wow, weird audio going on, Ben. Echo and cave-like. Weird. And Scott Nickerson's back. I didn't know you left, Scott. I'm still getting the buffering thing, so I do apologize if it's cutting in and out and such. Heard that already. Well, let's see where we are for intonation. Damn, that one's on. Well, we know the G string's going to be out because I messed with it severely. Come back in here. Which end do you guys want to see? Do you want to see the bridge end or the neck end? Or the nut end? You hear birds outside the windows. Nice. That's weird that it's doing that, Showman. Here. I will move you down. How about we look at the bridge? So, what I'm doing is tune up the pitch. On my handy dandy snark tuner. Press up the 12th fret. If the note's sharp, you want to move your saddle back. If the note is flat, move the saddle forward. Nice. So apparently by me slamming it back, boom, I just ballparked it and it was dead on. Knock on. Yeah. You know what, guys? That one come back. And I always like to back off the string tension when moving it. Shut a smaller bit. Man, I can't wait to find my tools. Then again, why start a YouTube channel doing repairs and setups without having the proper tools? Because I'm impatient. And when I get an idea, I want to do it. I think we need to give this thing a test run. What do you guys think? It's all good now. Oh yeah, I heard echo earlier. I watched a vid the other day saying that it's better to intonate 3rd fret, not the 12th. I had good reasoning. You can. But you'll never get your intonation 100%. So you just work with what you got. Your little handy dandy truss rod cover back on there, Wayne. So we'll adjust the neck tomorrow. While I think of it, I will bring my tuner with me into work so I can double check the intonation once I adjust the neck, because chances are it will go off as a result. I will get something epic for an actual truss rod cover. I can make you one if you want. But I had 2 browser windows open. Nice, showman. Have you been partaking in that stuff that's legal in JJ's neck of the woods? In what, a dozen other states now? We don't know anything about that stuff. None of us that play that rock and roll music have ever. No. Yeah, and how about, Wayne, we use a wood screw and not a metal screw to hold your truss rod cover in? Because guess what? That doesn't really want to go in now, does it? Oh, yeah. Maybe? If you could just grab a bit. Have truss rod say, poof. I have been. Was that out loud? Up to you. I just hate seeing it open. Maybe I should mash something up and give it a go. Yeah, I don't know if that's... Yeah, that's not really sitting in there, Wayne, so I'm just going to leave that out. Put it back in the pack. All right. So, we need to change the angle here. Now, what I've been doing to hold up the fun, is me drinking. You reading a Fender logo while I turn on an amp. Now, I had... There it is. You guys know these little wood clamps, dollar store item. I just clip it on the corner of my phone, and that basically works as a stand. Oh, that'll work nice. Boom. So that's my 80s Marshall Mofset 100. Let's give this thing a little play-a-boo. What do I want? That volume down. Still trying to figure out these Marshalls with you kind of plug stuff in. Adjust the pickup heights, but other than that, actually it's not too bad. And again, I'll have to reset the intonation in theory once I mess with the action. Wayne said he wanted my setup, so I just realized that. I'll put it out of tune, so it'd probably help if I actually grab the bloody tuner. Oh, good, brother. Alright, I'm missing stuff here. I'm just gonna turn the laptop around so I can kind of see the chat. So I noticed with this amp too, I can do dual clean and dirty at the same time by adjusting different volumes. I don't know if that's a normal Marshall thing. Yeah, it sounds like that's compressing a bit. Now, if I turn down the normal volume, bring up the boost, we are fretting out. I guess we had to raise that treble side up. Repeat of the Mockingbird all over again. Or no, that was the Les Paul. That'll work. Oh, I dropped my pick. Oh, I'm batting 1,000 here, guys. Bear with me, did I miss anything? Modesto's guitar mods, he does guitar repairs on YouTube as well, Zach says. Alright, so my question to you, Zach, are you Canadian? Because you just referenced a Canadian while watching a Canadian. Yes, I watch Nelson quite a bit myself. He's out of Ottawa area. Now I'll dial in some clean with that. Woo, that's nice. What do we got here? I still have an old Marshall Valve State 212 combo. Doesn't get used much, but I still keep it. Yeah, that's cool. That's dry heat. I don't know Stray Cat Strut, Mr. Bruce. I really need to learn it, though. Dave's World of Fun Stuff is the man. Showman says yes, and another Canadian. Here, let me come over here. I can read this. Request hour. Dave is awesome, Showman. Yeah. Oh, play Gene Genie. Let's get rid of some of that clean. turn around so you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah, this is Absolute Mayhem's guitar. Oh, that fretboard looks a million times better, buddy. Trilogy, was that Trilogy's guitar show? Yeah. Or Trogley's. Oh, okay, I'm not familiar with that one. I'll have to check it out. Silas's Play Some Blues. Ooh. Zach says, yes, I am from Canada. Osh, O-S-H. Oshawa? The big schwa? The dirty schwa? So there we are, gang. One Schecter set up, good to go. Still need to straighten out the neck. Action feels nice. I think I got it dialed in pretty quick. I realize you can't see me. Here. Move stool out of the way rather than moving phone. There we go. Ah! Hey! I love that dual clean and dirty together like that. Can you check? I can't even spell that. If Bruce can write that down for me, or I'll check it in the replay. I'll try to check that out, dude. 2 hours here, folks. I'm about ready for something to eat. Well, yeah, it's what, 20 after 6 here, so a little past my dinner time. I think I'm going to wrap things up. I'm glad all you guys stuck it out with me. We got this thing up and playing. Like I say, just a couple little tweaks once I have the tools to do it. I think Wayne will be happy. She seems to be playing nice. Action feels nice. Intonation's nice. So yeah. So anything else you guys want to cover? Anything I missed? Bruce is headed out later one time for carrot cake, he says. So, and wow, thanks guys. 22 thumbs ups. I'm seeing 23 thumbs ups. Awesome. I can't thank you guys enough for that. Hit a thumbs up on your way out. If you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed, and not only subscribed, make sure that bell looks like it's ringing. Otherwise, you won't get notified when we go live, and most of our stuff is live, so it's best to do it that way. So thanks, Bruce. Dry Heat, Absolute Mayhem. Thank you for letting me work on your fine new axe here. Love it. Simon, always a pleasure, buddy. Love talking British music with you. Not that I don't with JJ as well, but JJ's out on the West Coast. I can talk LA music with him. R2R3 Locking Nut, Showman Blues, Sila, sorry. Who else did we have in there? Our Metal Stage was in earlier, Jim Guidry. Steve Anderson was in the house. David Ennis, correct, yes. And yeah, I love seeing all you guys come in. So, make sure you're subscribed. Thank you for the thumbs ups. Sorry for the audio difficulty. I don't know what's going on. I think I'm going to have to get a range booster or something, try to get you guys a little more bandwidth so you can see better what I'm doing. So yeah, until next time, folks, have a great rest of your weekend, what's left of it. Those on the West Coast, you got a little bit more than we do. And yeah, I'll see you guys. I don't know when I'll be live next. Good question. Stay tuned. Peace, guys.